Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here again. I want to talk to you on the subject matter, we must do it. My brothers and sisters all over the world, let us come together, for there is much work to be done. I call us all together in the spirit of all that is good, kind, righteous, and loving. We are told that the creator of all existence is love. And creation is just an act of loving. As loving as we all have heard, we are constantly told that the world that is created is no good, and that all people must plan to live somewhere else after death. I challenge such a notion, not because I have a problem with an afterlife, but because I know that if perfection can be done at any time, it can be done now. To give up the hope of now for a future time appears to be deception. Deception that has robbed many lives, putting off for another time that which can be done now. When I look outside myself, I see the beauty of God and love. Yet when the hands of humans touches any of it, a sickness, a disease, a cancer forms, not of divine creation, but rather at the hands of the prophetess. It is up to those burning with the fire of love to extinguish the destruction of life and renew the understanding afforded from the beginning that life is everlasting, it's beautiful, and life is loving. We must protect this world that we live in today, not putting it off until tomorrow. There must be no money, no chips or cards. We must clean away every hellhole on earth, including 7 continents. Never must any human serve as Lord and God over another. No more kings and queens, prince or princesses, nor paupers or pawns. The future is comprised of men and women of creation, bending to only that which is just, kind, good, and loving. Evidenced by elimination of shanty towns and poverty in Africa, India, Asia, South, and North America. We must do it. To consider putting it off until the next level feels like a trick of the enemy. Consider this, if you will. A killer comes to your home to kill your family. Do you defend them or do you allow them to be killed, thinking God will render justice in the next life? Some may say that to live by the sword is to die by the sword. This does not suggest, however, that if you don't live by the sword, it will free you from dying by the sword. It doesn't suggest that at all. Case in point, the Jews dying by the sword of death did not cause or bring about injustice. It was sword to sword that created a situation that ended such atrocities. Justice is still meeting with angels. I say to everybody that will listen, I'm a social scientist. I spend my whole life looking at life as it is revealed before my face, my mind, and my heart. And my one ambition is to be able to take something from what I'm seeing that would eliminate the pain and suffering that people like me, flesh and blood, arms and hands and feet, etc., like me, have to go through. I'm not concerned about how much money I can get. Can I have a house big enough to have my own gym and swimming pool in, and maybe a nightclub, as so many of you do? My dream is to make sure that every man eats, every human being has a meal of their choosing that they really, really, really enjoy. And thank God for it, because it's so good. My main concern is to make sure that every human being on earth has a living facility that meets their every desire, and they can't do anything but thank God for it. My ambition is to see that every human being has access to the best education that helps them to be the best that they can be, and whatever it is that they have been given to do to contribute to the society. I have an ambition to see that whatever prevents that today is wiped away, and before the sun goes down, it can be injected into the fabric of all society. I have an ambition that every human being on earth is protected with health care from any disease, from any sickness, any maladjustment that their body might encounter. Be there to protect them, to prevent it from happening, treat it if it does, and make sure that it doesn't return. I am of that ambition that people can contribute their talents, their gifts, and that they, having done so, would have equitable amounts of time to relax from their labors. Not just a day or 2 days or week vacation, but ample time to travel and see the world, to meet new people in other worlds, in other countries, in other states, in other cities, to have class reunions, to have community reunions, family reunions, to get together with neighbors and live and enjoy life and watch the blossoms of God's love filter throughout the societies. I have an ambition that these things happen in my lifetime. And it's not just going to happen. God is not going to just make it happen. It will be the fruit of a seed that is planted to do just that. A seed that's planted to do just that. It takes everybody who wish that they could experience such an ambition to say, I want it to the degree that I'm not going to accept anything less than that, even if I have to give up my life, knowing that you might, but you might not. But even so, if you lose your life, the world will know that it's coming. And when it comes, it will be because people like you were unwilling to throw in the towel, unwilling to give it up. They might have been beat over and down and up and out, passing away and coming back again, but never ever giving up the challenge. You made it happen. You made it happen. We must do this. Bye-bye.